So guys, welcome back to channel Get to Byte once again. Now in this video onwards, last two videos have been bit conceptual, in which I told you about the alternate functions and the system architecture, system bus architecture and the AMBA protocol. Now in this video we are going to start with the timer module, timer peripheral, and we are going to see that how many about the various timers, general purpose timer, advanced control timers in our STM32F103CX, which is present in our Blue Pill development boards, starting with the niche so as to develop a strong foundation, starting with the time based unit. So now without wasting time, let's proceed. So in our STM32F103XB module controllers, which are there in Blue Pill, if we go into its block diagram, we can see that it has only time 2, time 3, time 4, these three timers and the time 1 timer. And the time 2, time 3, time 4 are the general purpose timers, and time 1 is the advanced control timer. So if we go into its reference manuals, then we can figure out that there is no basic timer which is present in a Blue Pill. There are three general purpose timers, time 2, time 3 and time 4, and the one advanced control timer, time 1, that is time 1. So now first, as I have told you, we will be starting with step by step, not covering all the things together in a single video. In this we are first going to understand the time based unit. And as we can, as I will tell you, the time based unit is exactly same as there is in general purpose timers. Same way it is implemented in advanced control timers also. Okay. So as the advanced control timers, time based unit is bit more description and it is well explained as compared to the time 2, as because in this all the important things are root back to the advanced control only. So I will be going to tell you things from the advanced control timers, but we will be implementing code for the time 2, that is general purpose timers, for delay generation. So time based unit is like as its name says, time based. So it is only for monitoring the time, that is for monitoring the number of counts a timer or counter takes so as to generate a delay or halt for a particular number of seconds, milliseconds or microseconds. Now the thing here is that it includes 4 registers in the time based unit, which are for our focus: counter register, prescaler register, auto reload register and repetition counter register. Now what all are these 4 registers? The counter register is the one which is the main register. It is the register which counts from 0 to the and it transitions correspondingly from 0 to 1, 1 to 2, 2 to 3, 3 to 4, depending upon the frequency which we set for a timer. So now let's say if I have set my timer at a frequency of 1 megahertz, so its time period is 1 microseconds. So it will be taking from 0 to 1, 1 to 2, 2 to 3, 3 to 4. Each transition will be happening in 1 microsecond. So now by that, how I can control my time based unit, and it will count from 0 to the value which is stored in the auto reload register. So now let's say if I have put in the auto reload register 100, so it will count from 1 to 100 with each transition taking place at an time of 1 microsecond. So total 100 into 1 microsecond, it will be 10 raised to the power minus 4 seconds delay that will be generated. So this is kind of thing which happens here. Now for understanding the concept of the prescaler register, what we are now, let me just first get to know the formula. So formula for calculating the clock frequency is FCK upon PCS upon prescaler value, 16-bit prescaler value plus 1. Now FCK upon PCS, what is this? This is the frequency which is being enabled for a system bus. Like as you can see in our this clock frequency, clock configuration, from the system clock we fed clock to our APB1 and APB2 clock buses. Now these APB1 and APB2 prescaler will be selected, and depending upon that our bus, the APB1 bus or APB2 bus will be having the desired frequency, and then that will be fed to my timers. Okay, so in my code, as we have seen in my RCC configuration register code, that we have initialized these as not dividing, so directly 32 megahertz is being fed from my system to these prescaler to these buses, and then 32 is also my value of here FCQ upon PCS. Okay, now comes the another concept. So now see, the working is like this, that this is my CNT register, and which is initialized as 0 initially, and the ARR register is initialized initially at FF value, that is at value of my, let me just write it in a proper way, 65535. Okay, which is a 16-bit 2 raised to power 16-bit value. So what happens is my counter will increment from 0 to 1 to 2 to 3 to 4 till 65535, and when it reaches the value which we store in the ARR, then my counter overflow will happen and my update event will be occurring. As my update event will be happened, so as then my status flag and my interrupt will be enabled. Now the one first thing which you need to understand is what delay of my this is generated when it is counting from 0 to 655. That depends on how much time it takes to count from 1 to 2, 2 to 3, 3 to 4, 4 to 5, 5 to 6, 6 to 7. That is each transition. Now that thing depends upon my counter frequency, and my counter frequency is depend upon this formula. Okay, now my formula, in this formula, FCQ upon PCS, this is my 32 megahertz, as we have configured our code in such a way that my APB1 peripheral will be getting 32 megahertz, and then the prescaler value, that is the prescaler value which we will be writing in our timer X underscore PCS. This is the place where our prescaler register comes in. So this is my timer frequency. This is my frequency of the APBR1 or APR2, the timer 1 or timer 2 which you are using correspondingly to that bus, and then the prescaler value PRE and +1. Now what we have to do, as we have seen here, that my transition will be taking from 1 to 2, 2 to 3, and we have to generate for this purpose. Each transition should be of 1 microsecond. That is, my frequency of my clock should be 10 raised to power 6 megahertz. Okay, so for generating this much of frequency, what we have to do, as we know that this is equals to 32 into 10 raised to power 6 upon, in the prescaler we will put the value of 31 plus 1, so that will give my equals to 32. Cancelling this, and 10 raised to power 6 is my frequency which I will be getting here. Okay, for my timer frequency. Then my each transition is going to take place at the time of 1 microsecond. Okay, so now what if I count till 65535 microseconds of delay will be generated when my whole, because as 65535 microseconds of delay, because each transition takes 1 microsecond and total transactions taken are this much value, so my total microseconds delay will be generated of this much. So what we will do, as we know that 1 millisecond is equals to 1000 microseconds, and so what we will be going to do, we will simply do that we will count in this we will count a CNT value till the value of 1000. Okay, now as each transition 0 to 1 to 2 to till 1000, it will take 100 microseconds, and 100 microseconds is equivalent to my 1 millisecond. Okay, thus we are going to generate 1 millisecond of delay. Same way, for 1 second we know that 1000 microseconds, so we will be calling our, for generating the 1 second of delay, 1000 times microsecond function. Okay, so that's the kind of thing which we are going to do. So that's it for now. In the next video we are going to see the implementation of the time-based module to generate the delay for blinking our sketch. Till then, subscribe the channel and stay tuned.